You think guys are having HR complaint? Alex Bregman's going to HR and be like, "Get this guy out of here."
You know what? To a degree.
Who else on that team would have? No. I'm not letting this go. I'll end this podcast right now. I am not done, sir.
Go ahead, finish your thought.
I'm done.
Hit it.
Welcome to the Coach's Sons podcast. We are not dead. In fact, you can stop looking for us. You don't have to put our faces on the milk carton. The Coach's Sons are here. It is June 16th. My name is Andrew.
I'm Chris.
And we're back.
We are back. It's been quite some time. We were doing a little sound check. I was like, I don't know if I know how to raise my voice, get animated.
Oh, we'll get you animated.
All right,
There's no
it
problems
doesn't take
there.
much. You know how to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, before we jump into everything, guess what we have not forgotten? We have not forgotten our good friends at Chinook Seedery, the best seeds in the game. If you like sunflower seeds when you're playing baseball, when you're out on the golf course, when you're doing yard work, you need to get these seeds. They're the best in the business. Use our code Coach's Sons Pod at checkout. Get 10% off. Now, we've been blessed with two really, really big stories to lead off with. Now, we all know how this works. As soon as this podcast is over, two or three more that are bigger are going to happen, and it's going to suck. But, Chris, let's talk about what is happening right now. Let's start with the trade that shocked the Northeast.
I think it shocked everybody. I mean, it made its way to the Pacific Coast. In this, it has big ramifications for a lot of teams, but most importantly, the Boston Red Sox. And if you're unaware, we'll stop teasing it. Rafael Devers traded. Gonzo.
Peace out.
The return for Rafael Devers,
not great,
was a combination of Jordan Hicks, Kyle Harrison, James Tibbs, and Jose Bello. Obviously, Jordan Hicks, major league kind of journeyman at this point, throws really hard. That's cool. Not really sure what to make of him. Kyle Harrison, still kind of young.
Very young. He's like
22, 23.
He's very young.
They immediately, so he was supposed to pitch last night against the Dodgers on Sunday Night Baseball.
For the Dodgers. Or for the Giants.
Yes. Game time, I want to say, I'm making this up, it was about 7:15 p.m., I think. And the trade was announced at 7:05. So he was, if I'm not mistaken, he was warming up to pitch this game. They have sent him to AAA. So he's not even on the major league roster. I don't know what maybe there's just we don't need him for a couple of days. Who knows? But it looks bad on paper. I know jack shit about James Tibbs and Jose Bello. I do know that they are not the top prospects. Bryce Eldridge, Hayden Birdsong, those types of guys that probably should have come back in this move. But obviously the key piece, Rafael Devers, I think the player portion of this was lesser because they agreed to practically take everything on. If I'm not mistaken, it was about $250 million. And the Giants got remarkably better. The Red Sox get worse. And this comes off the heels of a sweep of the New York Yankees from the Boston Red Sox.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to take my obviously I was reached out to by multiple Red Sox fans. Actually, the two Red Sox fans that brought us our previews, Steve and Diddy. Diddy less than thrilled. Steve more sad than anything. He's neither thrilled, but different reactions from the two, right?
Yeah.
And it's just a weird thing because there's rumor that it's money related, that they're sick of paying him. And this draws into our other interest because the Red Sox owner Henry owns Liverpool and they just signed somebody really big. So everybody's saying this owner gives more shit about Liverpool than the Red Sox. And then there's the whole, I don't want to play first base or I won't play first base or whatever the hell actually happened. We don't know. Hopefully we do. I don't know when his press conference is. It may have already happened. I didn't see much of it if it did happen today. But I'm confused. It's a head scratcher. And the Giants made a play.
Yeah.
They showed up. They made the deal that they felt that they had to make. They have money. We've said that all offseason. The Giants have money. They just need somebody to spend it on. And this time, I guess Devers doesn't have a choice, right? They don't have to convince him. They just said, "Hey, we'll eat the $30 million a year. Come play with us."
Yep. And he's going to, I assume, DH for them, right?
So I think I sent this to you. Maybe I sent this to a group, and it's like, what happens when Matt Chapman? So right now, Matt Chapman's hurt. Matt Chapman is Gold Glove, may have won a Platinum Glove. I'm not sure. Third baseman, like best of the best defensively in the game.
Yep.
I find it hard to believe that Devers is going to take time from him at third base. I've seen things that he's going to play first base for the Giants because they're in need of someone as well until they call Bryce Eldridge up. And then maybe it's just, hey, man, like you're just going to DH and focus on that and be really good at that. I don't know. But they're 2 games back of the Dodgers, and they're making a move June 16th to make their team better, and there's still a month and a half to get their team even better.
Yeah. So I think that I was with everyone else when I first heard the trade, shocked. Devers, I mean, they paid their superstar, right? Devers has been a cornerstone for forever, and he was the last layover of like him, Mookie, Bogarts, right? That whole crew. And I know a lot of people in Boston love him and are pretty upset about it. However,
oh God, here we go.
Devers' time with the Red Sox was over. I think was on the. I mean, it was definitely. It was numbered when he said, "I play third base," and he wasn't being a team player. And then when he said, "You told me I'm a DH, I'm gonna DH." That's when it ended. Like, because every time something would come up about him doing something different, he's like, "Nope, I'm not doing that." He's not a team player. I think that there is a lot more here than we know. Yes, it's very easy to point to greedy owners and all that kind of stuff, but you're not going to give away somebody like Devers without good reason. And I think what we saw, which we all saw his attitude towards the team and not wanting to do things, we saw that in public. So can you imagine what kind of an ass he probably was in private?
But if the guy's he's got a 905 OPS. He is your best offensive player at this point in time.
It doesn't make sense from that perspective. But also, they are now freed up a shit ton of money. And look, the Giants' returns not Hicks potentially could have been great at one point. They maybe we got another hard thrower, great. Harrison has a lot of potential, but he's young, so that's why he goes to the minors. Tibbs was like a top 4 prospect for the Giants, so he wasn't one of their big ones, but he's automatically a top 10 for the Red Sox because of it.
Deep system, but go on.
I mean, it is what it is. Like, if you look, that's
you're not going to convince me that this is a good trade because it's not.
It's not a good trade, but I understand why it was made, and I think that it's not a. I do think that it makes the Red Sox worse.
Okay,
100% makes the Red Sox worse.
There you go.
But I do think in the long run, it could be better for the Red Sox because they now have more money and they now have a clubhouse without a pariah in it. And so I can understand from that perspective why you would do it. I don't like it. I hate it for Boston fans. They are very big. Like, everybody loves Devers, and he has been awesome at DH. So the Giants definitely picked up a stud there, and so that team gets better for sure. That team gets better. So does it make a big difference for the Giants? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think. But
what do you mean you don't think a guy with a 900 OPS makes a difference?
No, it does make a difference, but does it make a big enough difference to overtake the Dodgers? No,
but if your argument, if every team in the NL's argument is, we didn't do enough to beat the Dodgers, then no team will ever sign anybody. What is your argument? Fair. So, we're 2 games back of the Dodgers right now, and we got one of the best hitters in baseball on our team. We got better.
Okay. I mean, I don't disagree. He's definitely got better.
From God knows where they slot him, but he's going to hit from 2 to 4 in our order, and he's a mainstay. He doesn't miss games.
Because he's DHing the whole time.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
No, I mean, look, I don't disagree. The Giants came out winners here, 1,000%. They didn't have to give away a top prospect. They gave away throwaway pitchers. The Red Sox have great, their rotation. They have enough pitchers. They didn't need more. You know what's really weird is they didn't get a first baseman. They need a first baseman so bad they didn't even pick one up. That to me is the most confusing part of this whole trade, because everything else I can make an argument for. Another hard thrower, a young, promising pitcher, a top prospect, another throwaway pitching prospect. But they didn't even try to, but here's the deal, too. Rumor is a lot of teams were showing interest. It's just the Giants were the ones that came with the best package.
Which was eating the money.
Yes.
So there you go. So that's where the money comes from.
Yeah. They were eating all of the money.
Yeah, you didn't want better players. Their team got worse. That's the end of the story.
Their team got worse in this moment, but
it's not.
They have the ability.
Not one trade they've made of their star players has panned out. They've gotten rid of Mookie Betts.
That's fair. Yeah,
right?
I don't disagree with that
all
at
those
all.
guys. The replacements they've gotten for these all-time type Red Sox players that could have been all-time greats. I mean, Mookie is an all-time great, but you get the point.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
When they lose these guys, the returns that they're getting back
haven't been good. No, haven't been
bad.
Good. Yeah,
they're horrendous. I mean, some of them aren't even on. I don't even think anybody's left of the Mookie trade. There might be one. I think it's like Connor Wong or something. Everybody wants him off the goddamn team.
Ooh, I have to look. I don't know who all came over the Mookie trade, but I don't think you're incorrect at all. Look, I'm with you. If I'm a Red Sox fan, I'm not in a good place mentally. You know what I mean? I'm just not. The team's already. I mean, they trended up this weekend because they swept the arch rivals, the Yankees. That's amazing. But they always play up against the Yankees because they hate them so much. But they need to hate the rest of the league as much as they hate the Yankees, or they're not going to make the playoffs. So,
I can't get behind it. I'm not going to let you sit across this table from me and try and convince me that he's this giant cancer. And he might say something in media, but that's different.
No, it's not. What do you mean?
Think about in any sport all time of these guys who are coming out that speak out publicly about whatever it is. When they go in the locker room, it's not like they're hated people. When they leave, it's not that guy was an asshole. It's usually well, I really like that guy. He's one of my best friends. Yada, yada, yada. Just because he hates the GM and the owner and whoever he hates doesn't mean that him and Roman Anthony can't be friends or that him and Alex Bregman can't be friends, right? He probably felt slighted from the get-go. Hey, you're our third baseman. All right, we signed Bregman. How about the guy that you're paying $30 million a year that's the cornerstone of your franchise? Maybe have that conversation beforehand. Instead of just...
Who says they didn't, though?
It sure seems like they didn't.
We've talked about this already. If you're told to go play a different position, what do? You play that other position. Be a team player, man. Look... I understand where you're coming from, but in the end, if you're not willing to be a team player, I don't want you on my team. Especially, I don't want to pay you millions of dollars to not want to be on my team.
Listen, I think it's one thing.
By the way, here's who was in the trade: Alex Verdugo, Connor Wong, and Jeter Downs. So yeah, they definitely.
Yeah, Connor Wong's the only one still there. Yeah, I think we'd be having a completely different story if he wasn't playing or was playing poorly or one of those two things. There's not even another or. If he was just sitting out, sitting pouting, or he had a 500 OPS, that's a different story. He's playing at an all-star caliber level as one of the best hitters in baseball. And
I'm not saying that's not true.
Fuck him. See you later. We don't need him.
I'm not saying that's
we
not
got
true.
all these young guys, and we're going to talk about them in a second. But it's you all but punted the season.
That's a fair statement to make.
Here.
I don't think the season's punted, but I do think in the now they are worse. But they have potential to get better than they are now.
Jarren Duran, Abraham Toro, Roman Anthony, I think his first name's Carlos. Carlos Navarez, Marcelo Meyer, Trevor Story, Hamilton, I don't know his first name off the top of my head, Rafaela, and Christian Campbell. Where the fuck are you going with that team right now? Nowhere.
Right
you know
now,
what it's
nowhere.
missing? A guy in the middle of the goddamn order that hits 35 home runs and has an 875 OPS every year.
I'm not saying
that's
you're
what
incorrect,
it's missing.
but I'm also saying that lineup is a bunch of young studs. That team's going to be great for a long time.
Okay, then
so they don't need a cancer in the locker room, Chris.
he's no cancer.
Yes, he is.
He's not.
You don't get traded for pennies for being a great team
They've
guy.
done it before.
With who?
Mookie Betts. You just read the trade.
Oh, that's true. The Mookie Betts thing was weird. But the Mookie Betts...
There you go. Eat my ass. That's my point. Yeah,
Eat your
that was
ass?
aggressive.
That was really aggressive.
That was aggressive.
Chris, it's been a while.
Yeah, I know. You haven't pissed me off in this song either. I don't know if I liked it better or worse.
So the Mookie thing, that's a fair comparison. I mean, I don't know. The
Mookie thing was strictly because they didn't want to pay him.
They didn't want to pay
Their
him.
difference.
They didn't want to pay him.
There is another layer.
You eat my ass, Chris. They didn't want to pay Mookie. They already paid Devers. They traded him.
And they didn't want to pay him anymore is what happened.
No, they didn't want to pay an asshole that was a pariah. You don't get traded for nothing for being a great player. That's just not how that works.
Listen, if he turns into a pumpkin out there, then sure, I guess.
He's not going to be a pumpkin. He's going to do well for the Giants.
Be one of the best hitters in baseball. Yeah, while the Red Sox struggle to do anything.
The Red Sox are going to struggle this year if they don't make moves, but they now have the capital and the young talent that a lot of players are going to want to come play for. They're going to be like that young core is going to attract a lot of really stud players.
They said they were going to be
have the money to pay people.
They said they were going to be all in this whole offseason. They got Bregman, sure, but now they have to extend Bregman.
We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it is a we'll see.
Here's the thing. It is yes, as a Red Sox fan, you are like, fuck, we suck right now.
Yeah.
We're worse right now. 100%. But potentially, we have a longer...
You're giving me GM speak.
Your runway is a lot longer now.
Listen to me.
It is, Chris.
When you're the Boston Red Sox, you are winning. You should be winning every single year. You don't operate like the Milwaukee Brewers and be like, we got guys coming. 3 years from now, we're going to be great.
They're not. They have Bregman. They got Crochet. They are doing things every single year.
You named 2 players. There's 27 of them.
That's better than the Brewers.
It's Freddie Peralta and Jackson Chourio.
Shut up. It's way better than the Brewers. They didn't. No.
Garrett Crochet's way better. I understand.
Okay, thank you so
much. But the point is, you just named 2 guys.
Across this table.
You named 2 guys out of 26 players on the team, and they're far from being as competitive as they need to be. That's the end point. They're worse.
Above 500.
By a game. And who has to do with that? The guy with a 905 OPS?
I'm just saying, it's not like this team is in a free fall. They're
15
still
home runs. What do you want the guy to do?
Okay, not be an asshole and be a team player, which he hasn't been. Yes, on the field he's producing, but he's not producing everywhere else. That's why you get traded.
I'm crossing lines here into a different sport. Terrell Owens, good teammate. I don't know. Guy's an asshole, but he's the 3rd best wide receiver of all time.
Okay.
Did
he win a Super Bowl? I forget.
No.
I don't think he did either.
He lost the one with the Eagles.
Yeah.
But he had like a broken foot and had like a shit ton of yards. My whole point is like, he's an asshole too. But guess what? You won with them. You gave him the ball. He produced. So, okay, Rafael Devers may be an asshole, but he's producing. Who cares? You don't have to be friends with them. You think guys are having HR complaint? Alex Bregman's going to HR and be like, "Get this guy out of here."
You know what? To a degree.
Who else on that team would have? No. I'm not letting this go. I'll end this podcast right now. I am not done, sir.
Go ahead, finish your thought.
I'm done.
Okay, I would almost guarantee that there are players in that locker room that are like, this is not acceptable.
Okay.
He's not being a team player.
Okay. Who else on that team has more standing than Rafael Devers? Who has more support from the fans? Who has more support? It should matter.
It doesn't matter.
It should.
You know,
the fans don't give a shit.
You know, who has
about
more
your fake power struggle in the clubhouse.
Give a shit about the fans? The owners.
They don't. I agree with that. I would agree with that.
The owners are going, "Hey, this is a pariah.
If that's the point, they're at least not faking that they care." I could get behind that process or thought process.
Sure. I mean, again, I understand. As a Red Sox, if I was a diehard Red Sox fan, which I am adjacent Red Sox fan adjacent. I am definitely like, shit, we're worse now. But I understand why the trade was made, and I see the runway for it. I hate it. I don't like it. And it makes us worse.
It's a short runway, but
it's not short. This team's too talented and too young. Okay. It's not short.
It's a short-looking runway.
All right, anyway.
So sour really quick.
All right, let's see if I can piss Chris off on the second one.
You better not.
Shohei Ohtani is going to pitch.
So by the time you're hearing this, he would have already pitched.
Oh, that's right, because
So-
it's Monday the 16th.
But he is pitching,
He's pitching
tonight,
tonight.
the 16th. You would have already seen highlights or watched his
Yeah,
outing.
you're going to see the highlights of the Padres beating the shit out of him.
I was pleasantly surprised. I knew this was coming, but I didn't know it was coming this go around. So my understanding was I thought he had another bullpen to throw or a live BP or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think that Dave Roberts is just like, screw it, dude. Just throw it on the like, just do it in the game. Like,
it.
I feel like we're doing it live.
We're doing it live.
Like
Yeah,
I feel like it was just like we're just gonna do it. And I wanted to pose the question: what do you think the stat line is?
Realistically, I think
It's against the Padres.
I think he goes 5 to 6 innings.
I'm way lower.
You're
I think he's
lower?
going like 2 or 3.
See,
Three if he.
I'm leaning that way, but I'm like, surely not though, because it's Shohei, and Shohei is a different. Like, look, he's a different specimen.
but what I'm just going off of the idea that it
I'm
should
gonna say
be
5. He'll go 5 innings.
I think he's going no more than 3.
Okay.
Or I'm saying like I'm making. I don't know this number.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like 50 to 55 pitches.
I don't think he breaks 60 for sure.
You think he's throwing 60 pitches in 5 innings? That's why I'm going 3. Like,
that's
if he gets into
fair.
trouble, like he might even go 1. Like, and the
Yeah.
Dodgers have a ton of arms. Are they quality arms all the time? No, but they've got guys that they can just make it a bullpen game in a nutshell.
Yeah.
But you at least, because again, and I could be way off. He might be ready to go.
Yeah,
like he
so
might be.
I think
screw it.
best case scenario. Okay, best case scenario: 75 pitches, 5 innings.
Okay, if you're going 75 pitches, he could get to 5.
Yeah,
I
okay.
agree with that.
I'll say 75. I can't imagine getting much more than that.
I'm saying
so
3
5
innings, 60 pitches max.
Because I don't think he's going to strike out. I think there's going to be a lot of contact. Man, if he doesn't have control,
What
though,
if he comes
ooh.
out and it's just 98, and you're just like, shit?
I mean, it
I'm
could. It's
I feel
Shohei,
like-
dude.
I
It
know.
could.
I feel like he's going to be like 94, 95 as he like tries to gear
I think
up.
that's fair. Yeah. No. I think
I'm excited. I will stay up to watch.
I will
this.
stay up to watch his first. Yeah.
But and again, the good
His
news
first pitch
it's
is
on.
gas.
It's on at 10:10.
He's
But
gonna,
the good
he's
news,
going to throw so hard that
the
very first
good
pitch.
news is you won't have to stay up the whole night because he's going to be done pitching soon.
Pretty quick.
However,
Yeah,
he is
that's
still
fair.
DHing and leading off, so he's about to get back into.
How does that work?
He is just the DH.
So if he's just a DH
it doesn't
and they
matter.
pull
No,
him
no.
as a pitcher, he doesn't come out of the game?
No.
Okay.
He's
Because if
remains
he
the
was like, so
DH.
for an example, right back when there was no DH, when the pitcher came out of the game, he couldn't bat anymore. You know what I mean? So how?
Why do I feel like it was light years ago the last time he pitched and hit? So it's like I don't remember how that worked.
I don't know how that works.
Shohei.
So that's what I'm wondering. Which I guess with the DH rule, it's probably different. He can still be the DH and not pitch. But I don't know. Like that was going to be my question. Because if that's the case, they're going to be like, man, we need him another inning to get that.
Allows Ohtani to be listed both pitcher, enabling him to pitch and then continue to. Okay, they changed the rule. Before
They did change the rule
because it's
okay.
him.
Yeah. Okay.
In-
when did they change the rule? Does it say?
This is Google AI.
Okay.
This
Thank you,
says
Google
August 2023 , so that's Shohei.
Yeah. Okay.
That's Shohei.
Cool.
Sorry, no, I take the pass. This marks this return from pitching since August 23. A recent rule change allows Ohtani to be listed both pitcher and DH, same game, enabling him to pitch and then continue hitting after being removed.
Okay. All right. Cool. I assume that's what it
2022.
was.
So
Okay,
Shohei.
Shohei, yeah.
It's the Shohei rule, no matter what.
Yeah, it's the Shohei
so
rule. It's
you're
like the
right.
Brady rule,
I
yeah.
was like, wait, there's no way because I was like, I know he hit when he came out.
I was like, that has to be like that has to be how it happens. But I'm like, but back in the day,
But yeah, so if
okay.
he comes back and he's the pitcher that he was, right, Cy Young caliber type of arm, the whole Judge thing has to go away, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Judge is a very,
Judge is a very good baseball player. Very good baseball player.
That's not
But
my point.
He's not a
Two-way.
I feel like generational is the wrong word because Judge is a generational talent.
I have a stat.
I think Shohei
I have a
is
stat for him.
what
I
is
don't
like
know how we backed into Judge. on Shohei.
multi-generational.
Hang on. This was a couple days ago. Where the fuck did it go? Oh no.
Does generational mean like 10 years, 20 years? Do we know?
I use the word generational very loosely.
I do too.
So this was on June 14th. So what's that? 2 days ago?
yes,
yeah.
that'd be 2 days ago.
In the year he hit 73 home runs. This is from Jay Hay, by the way, of course. In the year he hit 73 home runs, Barry Bonds had 4.9 WAR on. This is F WAR, Fangraphs WAR, on June 14th. In the year he had his best ever adjusted OPS, he had 5.6 F WAR on June 14th. In the year Barry Bonds was intentionally walked 120 times, he had 4.6 F-WAR on June 14th. Aaron Judge had 6.0 F-WAR on June 14th.
Whew.
And if that was before, that was at 8 a.m. That was before he hit an absolute piss missile off Garrett Crochet in the top of the ninth after Crochet struck him out like 6 times in a row.
Yeah. Interesting.
3-2 pitch. He absolutely shit on it. All right.
Yeah.
Sorry. I didn't mean for this to become an Aaron Judge conversation. I feel like you need to give credit to Aaron Judge at every chance you get because he is very good. And to use your word, generational, I think he is one.
Yeah.
He is the best hitter right now in this particular generation.
Correct.
Shohei's right there with him, but Shohei offers more because he's got the pitching. But without the pitching, Judge is a better hitter.
Sure.
And plays the outfield.
A better hitter, yeah. Shohei's a better base runner.
You could split hairs and figure it out. But the main story, Shohei on the mound. I'm excited.
Yeah,
I hope he's pumping. And like, for what it's worth, like I know the Dodgers are in first place, and it seems they're just kind of coasting along. They're up 2 games on the Giants, 3 on the Padres, and it could be the start of a lot of their arms getting back to full health. Right, so if Shohei's able to be a stopgap and he's going to be able to go every 5, see, they have the luxury of like, oh, we could go every 6 days. You know, they could spread it out more. I don't know. Now I'm going into Dodgers talk. I have no idea what the deal on Snell is right now. I'm trying to find a story. I know Glasnow is throwing a bullpen soon, maybe some BP. But
wait, I thought Snell was out.
Is he done for the year?
I thought he was done for the year. Am I incorrect about that? I'll look.
That's my point, basically.
Yeah,
I don't know when some of
Hold
these
on.
guys are coming back, but Shohei helps them out tremendously, obviously. But I think it's going to be a couple starts before we expect anything, like you were saying, 5 or 6 innings. But
Oh, no, I'm incorrect.
when's he come? Well, what's his story?
One day ago, he threw about 20 pitches in a bullpen session.
Snell?
Snell did.
That's good. I mean, he's a month away after the All-Star break.
Yeah.
Right? You're going to have to go rehab. You're going to have to... you're going to throw a couple rehab starts. Shohei doesn't have that luxury, right? Shohei doesn't get to go to AAA and throw a couple innings there, like because we need his bat in the lineup.
Right.
So, for what it's worth, I'm pretty excited. I will be up for this one. Whoa.
What?
I don't know if this is real or not.
What?
Somebody this is on X. This is 5 hours ago. The Red Sox actually reached out to the Braves first, gauging interest on Devers. So that's from the Braves.
Yes. I heard that.
Red Sox asked for Sean Murphy, Marcell Ozuna, and 2 pitching prospects. This is from Striper's report. I have no idea who this person is.
Yeah,
this could be
is our AAA affiliate. Yeah, so
I know
heard,
that.
I heard
But
the Braves were part of the
This
conversation.
person has 1,800 followers. So I don't know who their source is, where they got it from. Okay, I that was just to rile you up about the Braves. Once it showed up on the very top of our
I
Twitter
saw
feed.
it was Braves. I think there was 3 teams that they talked to about it, but there's no way we're taking on the Braves contract or the Devers contract.
The Red Sox also traded Chris Sale. Forgot about him. I just saw this. You know who they got in return?
Chris Sale. Ooh. Who did they get in return?
You know the answer to this.
Oh no. They got Grissom?
Yeah. See,
Who else did we trade?
it just says is Vaughn Grissom.
Oh God, we hosed them. Damn, really? We must have taken on the contract or something.
This from Eric Cross. I still can't believe Red Sox turned Mookie Betts, Chris Sale, and Rafael Devers into Connor Wong, Alex Verdugo, Jeter Downs, Vaughn Grissom, Kyle Harrison, Jordan Hicks, James Tibbs, and Jose Bello.
That's bad. That's real bad. Okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So anyway, that was the one I was missing before. So sorry. I know I'm kind of catching back up here. Listen, it's been a month, all right? Fucking chill out, everybody. I know everybody's like, they're all over the place. But
stop being all over the place,
But we're excited about Shohei. The Devers thing already happened. What else are we excited about?
Excited about?
Yeah.
Why are you pointing at me?
Because you fucking go to the next thing on our list, dude.
Hold on. I don't think we were talking about what we're excited about next. Oh, call-ups. My bad.
Oh my god. Again, this is rust. We were on point. The last time we
were
hung
doing
out
so good.
to do
we were
this.
doing so
All right.
good.
Anyway, big call-up names. We already kind of touched on them in Red Sox talk. Roman Anthony is finally here.
Yep.
They're done stealing money from the guy. They finally want him back on the team.
Marcelo too, though.
Yes, Marcelo came up sooner.
Yeah, correct. But I'm just saying they brought both. Like,
correct. But Roman Anthony was like a specific, we're going to wait as long as we possibly can so that he doesn't get $3 million like 6 years from now.
Exactly.
It's nonsense. But anyway, Roman Anthony's here. He's batting 3 today, if you remember the order I read off. And Marcelo Meyer is up as well. Those are their guys.
Yeah.
Like these are the people that we've heard about for the last 3 years. It feels like an eternity, but they are here to stay. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
They shouldn't go anywhere. Obviously, Christian Campbell's already up. These guys, I've seen a lot of reports like, oh, they should send this guy back. No, they're on the team especially now that you made the move to trade Devers. These guys need to be in the lineup.
stick with your own guns.
That's it.
Yep.
There's no reason. They should never be in AAA.
You have committed to the youth.
I do not care how much they struggle. Do not even consider it. That's my point.
Yep.
But Roman Anthony struggled a little bit. It's only been a couple games, but he's
going to hit so many home
But they're
runs.
doing the thing where they sit him against lefties, and it's like, just let the guy play. Like, why are we doing this?
Right. Yeah. I don't know. That's dumb.
So they're up. That's where you're claiming the Red Sox should be super positive, because now the youth is here to stay, right? They've got 6 or 7 years of these people.
Yep.
And we're going to see what they're all about.
Yep.
And if they pan out, then maybe you're right. And maybe it doesn't. The Devers thing is a wash. But history tells us it probably won't happen that way. And we'll see. But Roman Anthony, very highly touted prospect. He's going to drop. We're going to have a new number 1 prospect in baseball soon, because Roman Anthony's going to drop off the list once he hits his minimum number of at-bats. I think it's 50. I think it's 50.
Something like that. Yeah.
150. 150 ABs, 50 innings pitch. I think it's that.
Yeah.
That's what it is in my fantasy leagues.
Okay.
I'm going off that. There might as well be
I mean,
law.
fantasy is definitely real baseball.
The other one, big one, happened really quick, but he is a college guy. Jack, or I'm going to fuck it up.
Say it.
Caglione? That's how I'm going to say it. But that's like None or something.
But that kid has been fucking murdering baseballs.
He was doing everything he needed to do in the minors to get his call.
Yep.
Right? So
they couldn't ignore it.
Yeah,
they gave him, this guy is murdering everyone.
He was every night. I was getting seeing clips of him hitting 500-foot home runs. You're like, all right, man.
I mean, he's not kind of hitting the ball far. He's murdering the baseball.
So he's having the little rookie slump a little bit. He's only hitting 213. Doesn't have a homer yet. 10 hits in 47 at bats. He's working on it. Right? He's trying like hell. So that's exciting. Royals fans should be happy.
They should. Yeah.
I hope he turns it around quick, because he might be a guy that they kind of bump around a little bit. Mm-hmm. But again, I don't support that. I support letting the guys work through it. That's my game. But he is the other big call up that has happened. And I'm going to toot my own horn. Sorry, there's one more guy. Christian Moore got called up. He's on the expedited Angels plan. He was also in the draft last year. I'm surprised. If I'm being honest, I drafted him in one fantasy league thinking he was going to be like opening day second baseman.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, because they're
all in.
They did it with that Nolan Shawnell. Nolan Shawnell came up the same year he got drafted.
That's true. Yeah. Angels believe in their kids, huh?
I don't know. Somebody put it posed the question on Twitter, like, is this a good thing or a bad thing? Like, how do you feel about getting drafted to the Angels? Because you're going to get fast tracked, but does that? And I don't know much about development and how that all works, but it's like, does that take away from?
I think a lot of players are like, yeah, that sounds awesome. I want to be in the bigs now, but also if you're not ready for the bigs, you're going to get drowned. I mean,
Shawneel's held up pretty well.
Yeah.
This year. I mean, Moore's had 6 at bats.
Here's the deal: like end all be all is like the players that are supposed to be there perform when they get there, like the Acuñas and the Harpers that got up pretty quick. But you're also like, yeah, but we've seen other players drown.
The other takeaway is these guys are college guys too, right? Like they played 3 years, and how much time do they need? I mean, I think they might need a little bit more time than a month, but.
You gotta get used to those wooden bats.
Yeah, I mean, again, Shawneell is doing fine. He's an everyday first baseman, 771 OPS, 282. So, and again, I'm just saying that's like a year or two removed
Yeah, that's not
from
bad.
when he came up. But Christian Moore's only had 6 at bats, but he came up. The Seattle Mariners called up Cole Young. That was the selfish one I was going to say.
Oh, okay.
Cole Young, second baseman.
Super excited, I see.
Well, just one of the, like, I am mashing the ball where I am, and I come up and, what do you know? It's very, very different. Right?
Oh, wow. The majors is really hard.
He plays a nice second base defensively. I do like him. So he's going to stick. I mean, at least for now, if they add somebody at the trade deadline, maybe, but he's going to have to play. OPS 483. He's hitting 209, 0 WAR, probably mainly to do with defense.
Yeah.
So he's not scorched earth like he was doing in the minors. So, like, that always sucks to be like, this guy's dominating, let's get him up. And now he's up and you're like, uh-oh.
No.
What just happened? So we'll see. I love when these guys get the call. You keep a closer eye on them just to see, can they break out? Like you said, how quickly can they do it? Mm-hmm. And can it be sustained? Because how many times have we seen like rookie of the year type candidates, come up, hit 20 home runs in that time that they're up, and then the next year, like, back to a pumpkin. They're like, the league has figured this guy out. He is nothing again. So we'll see what happens. But Roman Anthony, Marcelo Meyer, Jack Caglione, Christian Moore, Cole Young. I'm definitely missing somebody. I'm definitely missing some people. But that's where we're at right now.
Fun fact: Roman Anthony is the number 1 prospect in baseball, and Meyer is the number 8th prospect in baseball. So a couple of folks are coming off that list.
They're going to drop off. Cole Young was probably like anywhere from like 20 to 40. I forget exactly where.
Jack Caglione is 10th.
So there's going to be some movement on those prospect boards. So just be on the lookout. You're going to see some guys move up. A lot of people like Kevin McGonigal in Detroit.
Yes.
Or Connor Griffin, Pittsburgh, that DeVry kid in San Diego. So there's a lot of potential. What do they all say? League's in good hands, right? A lot of young talent coming through the pipeline every which way, and we'll see how quickly these guys could come up there.
Young was 40th.
That's It's a few years ago he would have been higher, I think.
Yeah.
I think he lost a little luster
Christian
there.
Moore's 56th.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
He was never that high.
Okay, interesting.
What do you want, MLB?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was trying to find nice. The Braves' highest top 100 is 69th.
Didier?
Cam Kennedy.
Oh.
Yeah. So left-handed pitcher. Anyways, well, I mean, look, I think that there's a lot of things to be excited about with those young guns. Hopefully they figure it out. Again, the Red Sox are definitely praying that they figure it out sooner rather than later. And maybe it will pan out. Who knows? Okay. You were talking about the Angels, so I'm going to skip around to, like, I'm looking in order.
Okay, that's fine. Go on.
So, you talked about the Angels, Christian Moore, right? So we said that if
like
the Angels,
a year ago at this point,
if they were 4th or worse, you're allowed to talk unholy shit about them, because at the time they were doing so well, and I was like, look, if they're 1st or 2nd, you got to do a puff piece on them, and they are now 4th.
I think, though, throughout this time, like the amount of times we were supposed to podcast and something came up in one of our lives, they were up there, or they might have been 3rd or something. They were tied with Seattle at some point, I think. They're in 4th. I don't have very much bad to say.
Boo.
I don't. Because I actually like a couple of their players. I like Zach Neto a lot. I'd love to see him get the hell out of there. For my sake.
I said that about basically all the Angels players at this point.
Yeah, I'd like to see, and then Ohapi, the catcher, I like him. Your boy Solaire's there. And Trout's back. So it's like they're trying. I mean, I don't know.
Are they?
They're trying.
I guess. Sure.
I don't have anything. I don't even remember like what that was all about at some point.
I think it was because they were in 1st at one point, right?
It was one of those
and
get off my lawn.
This is not stupid. You did a
like,
Chris rant.
I mean, I looked at same thing. Like Kikuchi, like his stats, he's got a pretty decent. All right. Kikuchi's got a 3.05 ERA and he's 2-6. Like They have but I do think they employ Kyle Hendricks, if I'm not mistaken, and no team that does that in 2025 is going to be successful.
That's for sure.
He's got a 5.2. Like this guy, I don't know how he's still doing it. He's a nice guy, very nice guy. But
I also remember last time we looked at stats, we were like, man, how great is Trout doing? But at the time, he was hitting more home runs than base hits. Has that changed at all? Hold on, I'm going to look at his stats.
He's got
quick.
35 total hits and 11 home runs.
Okay, so that's changed a little. So that's good. Because at
He's
one
been
point,
back
I was
for a
like, what
little
is
bit.
happening to Trout?
He's only hitting 220, but he's got a 759 OPS.
That's not great.
He's working his way back. He just came back, though.
Remember, we said a good one is what?
800.
800,
But
exactly.
I said for a guy hitting 220, 759 is
I
pretty
guess
solid.
that's right. I mean, he has 0.2 WAR. Come on, Trout. You're better than that. You're better than that. All right, well, we'll see
He's
how
only
that turns out.
33.
Yeah, he's 33?
Yeah, I would have said he was like 36.
Yeah, that's strange.
You know what I'm saying? See what I mean? Yeah, you were like, yeah, and then you're like, well, hang on.
Wait, hold on. I was
Yeah.
doing the math. Like, when did he come up? Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, they're, again,
Dude, keeps getting hurt. He would be the greatest player of all time if he wasn't hurt. My goodness. Still to be that young?
I'm looking at their roster just to be more specific. Tyler Anderson, he's better than Kyle Hendricks, but he's aging. Kenley Jansen's hanging out there. They have Travis d'Arnaud. Joe Adell. That's some. Joe Adell is having a pretty decent year. Well, not really. He had a couple home runs.
I take it back.
He had a couple home runs there for a week or so. He's got a 763 OPS. Taylor Ward's got 18 home runs, but only hitting 214. Sure as hell seems like these guys live or die by the long ball.
Yes,
Sweet
it's
Jesus.
long ball or death. Yeah.
And then Zach
Ward's
Neto
hurt too. He's been on and off the injury list.
and I like him. He had a really hot week or two there. Probably all in line with when they were in first place.
Yes,
honestly,
it is. 100%.
Nito's back. He's already got 2.5 WAR, 11 steals, 10 home runs. I think he went 2020 last year. Like he's just a solid guy.
Nito definitely seems to be.
He's 24.
Their
Like
bright
he's
spot.
their corner piece or keystone corner. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway,
You can say
that's
either,
enough Angels talk. I'm sick of them. Maybe and that's fine. We can delete that now. I'm over them.
Okay, yeah.
They're not in first place. I don't have to shit on them anymore.
We're not going to bring them up ever again. All right. So one more thing I want to talk about as far as things that are related to what's happened since we last did a podcast, and that is big injuries. That we've got some people coming on and off, but the one that is the most significant is Burns going out for Tommy John. That's significant, and that is another ace who is. I mean, is this his first or second? Because I feel like this is his second. Am I right about that? Or am I making that up?
I don't know.
Okay, I'll look that up. But,
You do that. Yeah, go ahead.
but that's a huge injury. Sorry, go ahead. You were going to say something.
No, you're good. It's debilitating for this team.
Yes.
They're reeling already. And for what it's worth, just another, this kind of popped into my head as we were talking about it. Their young, I will say aspiring closer, Justin Martinez, he's also going to get some Tommy John. He's out like 12 to 15 months. I think it's Tommy John, but he's having surgery. He's out for a long time. They are just getting absolutely obliterated by the injury bug in Arizona, and it's not particularly ideal. Justin Martinez, Tommy John surgery. Jordan Montgomery had Tommy John surgery at the beginning of the year. Corbin Burns, Tommy John surgery. AJ Puck, he doesn't have a timetable for return, but he's got elbow inflammation. Like their pitching is just taking an absolute beating.
Who's responsible for that?
Like that's a tough look. And again, Kendall Graveman's got a hip impingement. He's only just on the 15-day IL. But you spend all that money on Corbin Burns, and we definitely poo-pooed the Orioles for not signing him, I suppose, right? For not trying to bring him back.
Yeah.
And we talk about spending and smart spending and all that, and it almost feels like the Orioles may have dodged the bullet. Like maybe they had an idea that this could happen. So I'm not.
Okay, he hasn't had Tommy John before. He has had other injuries that have put him out for stints.
Okay.
And he has had elbow soreness before, but it didn't result in Tommy John. So this is the first time that's happened.
Yikes. So it's just a lot of. It's not good. I hate it. You hate to see it, especially from one of the best. But again, his numbers weren't particularly good. His velocity was kind of trending down a little bit. Mm-hmm. So,
I mean, and I get that, but also he's one of those players that we'll figure it out when it matters, right? You want to have him healthy in October. And if he finishes the season with what was his ERA even at? Like, so if he's at
this year?
Yeah, before he went out.
I bet it was bad. I'm pulling it up. I'm going to say, I have not clicked the button yet.
Okay.
I'm going to say it was 4.2.
Okay. So I was going to say if he is anywhere in the ballpark of 4 for an entire
It's 2.6.
Damn. I was going to say if he was like 4 or under, then you're going to be like, okay, that's great.
He was pitching
and
well.
then when he gets into the playoffs, like he's going to be a stud. But if he's
one strikeout per inning, like
he's pitching his lights out. Come on. You were trying to shit on him, Chris. How dare you?
I just knew
huge blow.
Now I got to look. Now you got me doing major research
anyways,
here.
I think that I'm disappointed for that team because they are a trending up. They made a move because they're like, this is something that will help us be dangerous against the Dodgers in a series. They now don't have that, and so they're going to struggle.
They're kind of reeling to begin with.
Yes.
Like they're 36-35, but they're 6.5 back in the division, 3.5 back in wild card.
Yeah, it's
they're
gonna be tough.
Almost being pegged as sellers at this point.
Oof.
With Josh Naylor expiring contract. So this is selfish, and this is why I'm tuned in, because the Mariners are lurking and might need Suarez back, and could also use Josh Naylor as well. So, and I know we touched on this before because you asked, hey, did anything else happen? And this was a big name that I forgot in terms of young. Jackson Jobe, Detroit Tigers.
Oh, shit. You're totally right. I was like, there's got to be
I'm literally now looking at every team in the league, so I was like, I missed that.
Because you and I were both like, there's been another Tommy John, and we couldn't remember. But yeah, Jobe is definitely.
We got a lot. Okay, there's more than meets the eye. Let's stop saying it's only Burns, but Jackson Jobe, that hurts for a lot of reasons.
Yep.
I have him in a lot of leagues in fantasy, but he's a young, supposed to be stud, top prospect, right? He's supposed to.
Good that he does Tommy John now, or not?
I can't speak to. You read the arm. You tell me.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I think that's one of those things.
He's 22 years old. He'll be 23 in like a couple weeks.
I actually think that's very bad because, essentially he's going to miss out on a year to pitch. He has to rehab and come back. That's putting more miles on his arm. He'll be good for a little while, but like everybody that has Tommy John will have to have Tommy John.
He'll be back when
again.
he's 24.
Yeah.
So he's got a total of 53 major league innings.
He'll have Tommy John again before he's 30.
53 major league innings, not including the playoffs, because he pitched in the playoffs. If you remember,
he'll do it again before he's 30. Dry.
So that one hurts, especially Tigers fans who were ready. Right, he was pitching he was in the rotation. He was ready to go. So we're not particularly sure. So he's out. Who else do we have here? I don't have Cole Reagans is out. That hasn't had the best year for him. Pablo Lopez, I missed this one. Pablo Lopez, strained shoulder. He's supposed to miss 8 to 12 weeks. That hurts for the Twins. He's one of their guys. I'm just going through the list here. I'll be selfish again. Bryce Miller, I don't know what's going on with him. It's an elbow thing, losing a lot of velocity. It does not look good.
Yeah. You hear elbow.
We are getting Logan Gilbert back.
Yes,
he is
tonight.
pitching. He's also pitching tonight. So
tonight.
you will have seen. He's supposed to go up to 80 pitches, which is nice. I'll take that.
Oh wow, okay.
So that he's been throwing in the minors.
Who you guys pitching? Who's he pitching?
We're playing the Red Sox. The Deverless
Red Sox. Okay,
Devers?
cool.
That was weird. So who else am I missing? I don't think I hit anybody too bad.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm still going through it. Houston's got a long. Oh, Yordan Alvarez. He's been out a while. This isn't new, but there's like no update on him. Like I don't think he's picked up a bat yet.
Oh, really?
He has a fractured hand, and it's just like, I don't know. You're like, oh, all right. Like I guess I'm not particularly sure what the story is with him.
I mean, you'll take that though. That guy murders you.
I don't wish injuries on anybody.
That's fair. My bad.
Brandon Woodruff, this poor guy can't get back. If it's not his arm, if it's not his elbow, it's his shoulder. If not, he's getting hit in the arm with pitcher. Like the guy is just getting absolutely beat down.
He's gonna be wearing like the world's greatest armor for sure.
Our executive producer Doug Irwin might get mad at us. We forgot that Brady House is on his way to Washington. I don't think he played yesterday, but he's getting the call as well. So one of the Nationals prospects. Right. This just happened.
He'll be a National for like maybe 2 years.
Yeah, Kodai Senga just went out. He's out for a little bit. So,
oh boy.
Yeah, not ideal. I don't know how long. There's no timetable on Fantrax right now. Jackson Merrill has a concussion. He's on that 7-day IL. I think he's going to be okay. We'll see. And Matt Chapman, we talked about being out for a while. That's everybody. Sorry, I know I rambled there, but it's like as I was looking through the list, like, there's some names on here that we should be talking about. Again, we missed a month, so we certainly had a couple. Nate Eaton, breaking news. Nate Eaton recalled by the Red Sox. I don't know who he is, but he's coming to the majors.
Okay, sweet. Can't wait. So excited
for
him.
That's a direct link to my phone. So that's the injury report. Do we want to give a couple minutes, not to break anybody's back, on Braves Mariners? Because my take has done a complete 180. I have been updating where my mentals have been at, and I think you may have too. I don't. Who you want to start? You want to start? Do you want me to start?
Wait, you think my mentals are better?
No, I didn't say they were better. I said they're different.
Oh, I don't think they're any different. I think they're
because the last time we spoke, you were like they'll never get to 500, and then like 2 days later they were at 500, and now they are
not 500.
They are 8 games under 500, and not looking good.
No. So the only bright spot we have currently is that Ronnie is playing lights out. Ronnie's playing like Ronnie. That's awesome. But it doesn't matter because we suck everywhere else. Like he's getting no help. Just a lot like last year. Hey, we beat the Rockies 2 out of 3. Sweet. Grant Holmes had 15 strikeouts. We
16.
lost 10-1. Like we're not a good baseball team.
Is the Rafael Iglesias experience over?
Yes. He might be closer by committee right now, but it's going to go to Lee hopefully before this is all said and done by the season's over. Okay. But the Braves are not going to finish above 500, I don't think, at this point. Well, hold on. Let me back up. If we don't do anything, which obviously we had conversations about Devers, that makes me somewhat excited to know that we're having conversations to try to get better.
They're 13 games out of the division.
Yeah.
And 8 back of the wild card.
Okay.
It's early. I get it.
It's early. Here's the deal, Chris.
70 games in.
If we don't make 2 moves, we have to have at least 2 moves made, and they have to be significant. If we don't do that, we're out.
What are they? Like not player, I guess position. Or do you not give a shit? Like it's almost like a draft, like best player available. Just get me 2 really good guys that could replace shitty guys.
Right. I mean, so like my fear is we're waiting for Profar, who will return after the All-Star break. So we're just going to
80?
80. Yeah. So it'll be towards the end of the season. No.
How many games did he get? I'll check. Go ahead.
Maybe it is 80. So, but he's coming up in the next like couple weeks.
If it's 80, we're 70 games in.
Yeah, so I'm wrong. So we've been waiting on Profar, right? So I'm afraid that's their first move, and so the second move has to be an arm and hopefully a bullpen arm because our bullpen is dog shit. So I would like to have a bat, preferably a shortstop. Not going to happen. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. There aren't a lot of shortstops out there, so I don't know how that even happens. So it's going to have to be an outfielder. And then we need bullpen help. To be quite honest with you, if we can get 2 big bullpen like arms, that would be great. I think our team is so deep with starting pitching prospects. We can make trades to make that bullpen better than it is because that bullpen is abysmal. So got to be 2 moves at the All-Star break or we're screwed. So that's where I'm at. I'm not optimistic. I think the Braves are right now. They're a bad baseball team. Like we're just,
it doesn't look good.
It doesn't look good. So
we were
not above 500. Like I said, we got.
You're way below. That's why I was saying.
We got there for a couple games and then just free fall. So.
Mariners, they are yin and yang on me, man.
Yeah.
We are in great shape. We were in first place. All was right in the world. Cal Raleigh's playing his absolute ass off, right? Having historic levels of production from not only a catcher, just player in general. 26 home runs. He's slugging 990. Right? I don't even think he's had a home run in a couple days. But man, like you're going to waste this season out of this guy. JP Crawford is stepping up. If you remember, however many times I talked about it, it's like I need something out of JP, right? He's going to bat leadoff. I need him to do something. Well, he's accumulated 2.7 WAR. Julio is doing his thing. Ho hum, 3.2 WAR. Everybody wants to bitch at him when he strikes out in a big spot. I don't.
3.2 is good,
right? At this point in the season, it is. So. But what happens is they'll go on like a 5-game losing streak, and then this weekend they just swept the Guardians. And it's like, everything's right. Like, holy shit, it worked out. Emerson Hancock's throwing quality starts like crazy. He's got like 5 of them, maybe even more. Logan Gilbert's on his way back. Like, the team's hitting.
That's a good sign.
Polanco's hit, like, back to hitting again. Like, Rowdy Tellez will hit a home run like once a week, and then every time he does it, I just tweet, he bought himself another week on the team. Like, I can't bitch at him. But it's like, and they just... Jerry DiPoto just came out today. He's like, I don't believe them. I'll believe it when I see it. But they're like, hey, we don't really have many financial limits right now. We are
okay.
Meaning they're willing to agreed. That's why everybody.
Okay.
That's exactly what everybody has said.
Exactly.
But they've proven they've been able to do it when the restrictions are off, because they got Luis Castillo a couple years ago. That was a surprise move, and that happened well before the deadline.
Yeah.
So if that's true, if all of that is true, I feel good. We're in a wild card spot. Yeah, obviously like a half game. There's so much season left.
Yeah, so much.
So it's not anything to be super excited about. But it's like I don't know who they are, and I know that they could get way better. So if they do make those moves that incrementally, if they get a better third baseman, they get a better second baseman, they get a better first baseman.
Jesus Christ.
No. I'm not saying all of them. I'm saying upgrade. Right?
Okay.
To your point, pick 2, pick 3. Upgrade, slight, get another bullpen arm. Like, you could make these types of moves if you're willing.
Yeah.
So if they do that, if they're willing to piece some things together and then get that one big piece, like now you have my attention. Now we're ready to go.
I'm with you.
I'm not there yet. I think the lineup's weak, and it shows. Right, 8. Once you get to like 5, 6, you're talking like Rowdy Tellez, Dylan Moore, Cole Young, who's struggling, Ben Williamson. Like, that's your 6 through 9. And you're like,
it's not great.
Get me to those guys, right? Like, I'll walk everybody to get to them. And that sucks. Like, that's a shitty feeling. You're like, I got a guy on second base, no outs. There's like a 12% chance he scores here. So that's my thoughts. I'm back to being optimistic.
Good.
I haven't watched a ton though.
Okay.
I've kind of like, they got to, it was early
you're not
this year.
superstitious. You're just a little
It got to the point where I was like, I can't do this to myself. Like, they're not scoring. Pitching's getting beat up early. You're right. They'll give up like 2 or 3 runs early, and you're just like, I can't watch anymore.
I think I gave up on the Braves after the wild pitch loss. That was like our 5th in a row. So I traveled all day. And it was a West Coast game. I think it was the Giants. We were up 10 to like 2 or something. They came all the way back.
That was the straw that broke the camel's back.
I literally was like, I got home. I'm tired and exhausted. I'm like, the Braves game's still on. Let me watch them finish the game. And then they fucking lost on a wild pitch. I was like, well, I guess I'm over it.
And it's easy to tune out.
I am officially defeated, Chris.
Yeah, I'll probably watch tonight because I'm going to watch Shohei for a little bit too. So I'll watch tonight, and then I'll turn it off at some point when they piss me off. But
okay, well,
I'm back in for now. There's promise. They're saying the right things. I just need them to do the right things. That's my spiel on Mariners. That's your spiel on the Braves. We're disheartened. One more topic. Well, one more big topic. Then I guess we'll play a little game. But College World Series happening right now.
Yes.
Our Clemson Tigers are not in it. They were knocked out in their own regional. I was at one of the regional games. It was awesome.
You were there, right?
Yeah. It was great. They did lose that game, kind of backbreaking, but overall, great experience. Would recommend. I hope that at some point they could get out of their own goddamn regional and that they can make it to a super regional. However, we're in Omaha now. Coastal Carolina is 1 game from the World Series final. They have been humming along, so I think I've kind of attached myself to them just by proxy. I think they're America's team, if you will, right? The kind of underdogs, but they're still really good, right? Coastal, in terms of baseball, is very good. Today, June 16th, some history happened. Kid from Arkansas. I don't know why I wanted to do this, but I would go on ESPN, and ESPN app for college baseball is horrific. Right, you don't even know if it's up to date. You're like, is the score right? Did it end? So I went and I'm looking, and it just says G Wood, and I was like, oh, cool. Like, let me see what's going on, because he was pitching well. And I tried. You know how you could click on a name, you get their stat. Nothing.
Yeah.
I want you to guess his first name.
G Wood.
G Wood.
Gerald.
No.
Gary.
No, GA is right though.
GA is correct.
Huh?
Hold on.
I won't make you bust too long. But
Gage.
Yeah, holy shit.
Let's go.
Wow. All right, Gage Wood. He threw a no-hitter.
It's shit. I was gonna say it's a Gen Z name. Okay,
you're right. I mean, he's 20. He's between 18 and 22.
Yeah, it's a Gen Z name. Okay, so no-hitter.
Gage Wood throws a no-hitter in an elimination game.
Damn.
They knock out Murray State.
Who did you pitch for?
Arkansas.
Okay.
One hit by pitch.
From a perfect game?
Yes.
Oh, no.
I don't know when it happened. I feel like it happened in the ninth, but I do not know. But I also know, I didn't see this as just some tweets that I didn't physically see it, that there was another hit by pitch that was deemed, the guy didn't try to get out of the way, so they called it a strike, and it turned into a strikeout.
Nice.
So there's some animosity going on.
Yeah.
Guess how many strikeouts?
It's college baseball, so probably a lot. Well, I'm going to say 13.
19.
Jesus Christ.
So what caught my attention?
I was going to say 15. I was like, that's high.
So what caught my attention is like
15.
In my
19.
I was talking to somebody at work, and I was like, "Oh shit, there's a game on right now." I was like, "Let me check the score," and I was like, oh, 1-0 Arkansas," and I was like, Murray State doesn't have a hit. I was like, this guy gave up a walk, and at the 6th inning, he was at like 70 pitches,
Jeez.
and I was like, yo, this guy could do something.
He's humming.
And then it was, he just kept, I was checking him periodically. But yeah, 9 innings, no earned, no walks, a hit by pitch, 19 strikeouts.
Damn.
Have a day, Gage Wood. Holy hell.
Yeah, congratulations.
That's like my big call.
That's one of those things too. Like, that sucks that he hit someone, so it wasn't a perfect game. But also the fact that you threw a no hitter in an elimination game. Who cares? Like, that's a
19
winner. Go
strikeouts.
Home. You're like,
that's
nah,
against Murray State.
I'm great.
So they live to fight another day. They'll play the lose. So tonight,
the 16th.
LSU and UCLA will play. They will play the loser of that game.
Okay.
For a chance to go to the
semifinals.
Whatever the hell. I don't know how it works. But anyway, I do know how it works, but I'm not here to explain it. So that is the fun call out of the day. But overall, we'll see what happens with LSU and UCLA, because whoever wins that game will also be one game away from the final. So right now it is Louisville versus Oregon State. I believe that's going to be tomorrow. I'm making it up. I don't know. It just makes logical sense.
Yep.
That is an elimination game. So we'll see what goes on. I'm going to pick Coastal because that's the most fun. They haven't lost in like a month.
Yeah, they've been
hot.
Yeah.
They steamrolled through the Sun Belt there. I think that's their conference. I
have no idea. Baseball's different than football. Fun fact about College World Series, right? So I've got a couple friends in Omaha.
Okay.
And we were talking about just like the World Series and that whole week. And one of the things they mentioned is like the LSU fans are just a part of the week. He's like, whether LSU's there or not, the fans are going to be there to be a part of the College World Series, and they're basically a part of Omaha for that entire week, and they love it, and it's like a symbiotic thing. Like, so LSU fans, like, obviously they make it. That's great.
Yeah, they're usually there,
but they're usually there, and so that makes sense. But like, apparently they have a huge following that they're like, no, we're just gonna go to the College World Series and hang out in Omaha.
That's pretty cool, though.
So the LSU is apparently like
just a mainstay.
The mainstay.
So
yeah.
Have you seen the? There's a bar that does like a Jell-O shot counter.
Yeah.
And it's like all representative of the 8 teams that are in Omaha.
Yeah.
So I've been I don't know the exact count right now, but I've been keeping an eye on it. But it's like people will like, I don't know exactly how it works. I think like just people just will buy shit.
They do.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Livy Dunn bought a bunch of LSU, like, so they've got infinite money if they need it.
Yes.
They probably have the most. If I had the guess,
maybe, yeah.
Between her and Paul Skeens, she got something with like NIL because she wore like an LSU Skeens thing, like jacket shirt thing.
Yeah,
I don't know. People were mad at her about it.
Of course they were.
Like the NCAA.
How dare she be successful?
She's like, what the hell is whatever. Yeah. But anyway, it is fun. I feel like Omaha's way different. I feel like the ball isn't carrying as much as it was in some of these like super regionals and regionals. I would know because I've taken a lot of overs throughout my time and I've lost a bunch of them in Omaha.
Right.
But it just feels like the ball's not carrying. Like balls that were just absolute rockets elsewhere just aren't doing it in Omaha. And I don't know the story. I can't wait for we doctored the baseball story or something like that. So that's exciting. I'm prepared for that to come out. I think there was one of those in Major League Baseball that just came out. Andrew McCutchen made a comment on it.
Oh, nice.
I think they're playing with the seams, and the ball's. I'm making up words. The ball's like dragging, so it's not getting as much pop.
Oh, not as much velocity. So the seams are thicker then, because it would create drag that way. Interesting. We'll have to look it up later.
I got it.
Okay, that was quick.
I was told by a rep for MLB, balls are indeed different this year. They stated higher seams, which produces more drag on a baseball. Yep. See, I'm not as dumb as I look.
Dude,
causing baseball to not travel as far as they should. When asked why, I was told every baseball is hand sewn and no ball is the same. When I asked if there's something that could be done correcting the performance of this year's baseball, I was told there's nothing that could be done about it, but they are working hard on getting to the bottom of why the seams are higher. This was Andrew McCutchen tweeting this. This wasn't just a random person.
I mean, that's. I mean, he's an old guard. He knows. He's seen a bunch of baseballs.
And he ain't afraid to piss anybody off at this point. Clearly, he's just like, yeah, screw it, man. Yeah, they're doing whatever.
Whatever. Fuck this.
All right. So a little bit of a tangent there, but the last thing I want to do, I know we called it a game, but I want us to fill out an All-Star game ballot.
Okay.
We're gonna go just position by position. We'll do AL, NL, or should we do AL first, NL? I think we should just do position.
Let's do position by
position. Too
position.
much scrolling.
Yeah.
So we've got.
Are we coming to a consensus? Are we gonna fight over who it should be?
We could fight. We have to come to a consensus.
Okay.
And if not, we have to pick. We have to agree on a third party that's neither of those two. You come with one name, and then you just pick somebody else.
Okay, fair enough.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm in.
And to be fair, we're on MLB.com. The site does tell you who's in first and second, which is nice. It is a pretty solid site, the way it's broken down overall. It gives you stats.
I've been messing around with it.
Gives you a decent idea. So I don't know why they don't start with catcher. That's bothering me. But first base, AL.
Okay, so my answer is Aranda, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah, because he has by far been the best player at that position this year so far. So if we're talking about performance, I mean, he's got a 900 OPS. He's got almost 40 RBIs. His home runs not as much as some of the other guys. Like he only has 8, but like Goldschmidt right now is leading this vote getter, and Aranda has better average, more home runs, more RBIs, and higher OPS. Like, what the hell? That's stupid. Like, this is why I hate All-Star voting, because it is a popularity thing.
It very much is.
Aranda is by far the best one there.
You made a good point, and I did check while you were talking. Aranda does have higher WAR. Again, I go off B-WAR.
Yeah, that's fair.
For me, it's easier to find.
Stop telling people which WAR it is. Just say WAR and just move on with it.
It matters because they're different. They're different numbers. Like they calculate.
They're the same but different.
Same. But no, they calculate it differently. So like they're, for the most part, they're close, but they are off.
I mean, like Aranda's second in average. He's fifth in home runs.
I think I could go with that. I'm gonna ride there.
Okay,
I got Aranda.
Sweet.
NL. I think it's got to be Freddie.
So I agree with you, but I feel like I'm also being a homer there. But
I said his name first.
Okay, I'm with. I'm not gonna argue. I say Freddie as well.
Freddie, he's got 2.2. Alonso might have more.
More what?
Boy, Alonso's got 2.8.
Yeah, Alonso's hit a shit ton of home runs. And his he has 63 RBIs. Holy crap!
I'm changing it. Alonso.
Yeah,
I'm going.
Hold on. No, well, hold on. Let's. Freddie has a better average at 332. Alonso's 290. That's not bad. Yeah, it's Alonso.
It's close though because OPS is the same.
OPS, no, Alonso's OPS is better. His RBIs are better. His home runs
literally
are
like point 100.
Yeah, .002.
All right, we'll go in Alonso.
Yeah, Alonso. I think it's Alonso. I don't love that, but okay.
Whatever.
I mean, it is what it is. Yeah.
AL second base. Woof.
I don't. AL second base is tough.
You almost have to cheat here.
Here's the problem: is I don't want it to be Gleyber Torres.
Yeah, give me a reason why it shouldn't be.
But I don't. I was going to say, but I don't have a reason why it shouldn't be.
He's the second baseman of the best team in the AL.
Jackson Holiday is the second vote getter.
I also don't. So it's like, okay,
that's trash.
Willie Castro should be an all-star, but he should not be the starting second baseman.
I don't disagree. He's has the best OPS, but man, Brandon Lowe has the most power.
I'm going Gleyber.
I'm okay with Gleyber. I think Gleyber's the way to
NL,
move. Yeah.
I also think this is relatively easy.
It's Marte. It's not even close.
Ketel Marte, right?
I mean, the dude, 959 OPS.
He's very good.
I mean, his average sucks, but 12 home runs. Yeah. I don't even think anyone's close
third base,
to that.
I don't think
Hold on. Let me. Where's Nico? Oh, Jesus, Nico. Okay, never mind.
He's
Ozzy, not even close. Yeah, okay, no, it's that's a no-brainer.
So honestly, I thought this was going to be harder. There's some guys that are just glaringly better. Third base, I think this is just a chalk. It's Jose Ramirez and it's Manny Machado.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
Machado's got a.
You can make the argument for Suarez. 21 home runs. That's double what Manny has. 57 RBIs.
Where is he?
He has
34.
So his OPS is not as good, but I do think I think Suarez is. I mean, he's 230. See, I feel like I'm going Machado because what's look at the WAR. Tell me what the WAR is.
Machado's going to be high.
Is it? Because I think he's a much better defender, right?
2.8.
2.8. Okay.
How close does it have to be?
It's
1.9 for
one.
Gino.
Oh, okay. That's Manny.
Manny.
Yeah, it's
All
Manny.
Right.
Yep. Damn, I was hoping.
Shortstop.
Jacob Wilson.
Yep. We haven't gotten a chance to talk about him. Dude, what he's doing is
so good.
He's having an insane. He's hitting 367. And listen, that's above our boy Bobby Witt. And that's not to take away anything from Bobby Witt. Jacob Wilson is doing incredible things right now. 2.5 WAR. He's hitting 367, 915 OPS, a little bit of pop with 8 home runs. Again, you're talking shortstop, so you're not expecting a billion home runs. The guy is doing shit that rookies do not do.
Yep.
Coming from the family lineage, right? Jack's kid.
He's good.
I hope that he continues because I would like to do a segment on him at some point.
Yeah.
But now isn't particularly.
I will say
time.
he's leading the All-Star voting too, which is great. So
he should be.
Everybody notices that he's there.
He very much should be.
I expected Bobby to dominate this because he's the biggest name.
Correct.
Nito deserves an honorable mention.
He missed a little bit of the season.
Yeah. So like you said, I think Nito is something we should talk about. He deserves to be on the All-Star team.
Trout's gonna get in. I was gonna say,
fuck, you're right.
I'm thinking now. Now I'm just talking from make the All-Star team. Nito should probably make it.
I think so too.
But it's probably Trout.
It's gonna be Trout. Yeah, it's gonna be Trout. Okay. This
one got hard. I'm looking at two guys.
I'm ready to fight people on this one because I know what my name is, and I see who's second right now.
Not second.
Voting is Mookie Betts.
Second is Mookie Betts. He's not. Yeah, that's popularity.
Mookie is great. Let's call him what it is. He's a very good baseball player. Mookie's not having his best season this year. He should not be number 2 on the All-Star voting.
It's between two people, and I did not know this other individual was doing this well.
Dude, it's Ellie, and it's not even close. I mean, it's close. But Ellie, the fact that Ellie is not even top 2 is ridiculous. His average is a little worse than Lindor's, but he has more home runs, more RBIs, better OPS. I bet you his WAR is just as good, if not higher.
It's 0.1 less.
0.1. Okay. Ellie's so much fun to watch.
I know Ellie has gotten hot over the last couple days. Ellie's been hot. I know that. Yeah, but
he was hot at the beginning of the year,
I didn't know that this was his season number. And I love Francisco Lindor. I think.
Look,
we've
I'm not going to take anything away from Lindor. He's a great baseball player.
Ellie our vote.
Okay, thank you.
Ellie gets our vote.
I was ready to fight about that.
This isn't even a conversation. Cal Raleigh.
I don't think it's close, right? 990 OPS. 54. Man, Kyle's killing
He's got
it, dude.
26 home runs.
Holy
dude.
shit,
He's
dude.
leads
Okay,
the league in
yeah,
home runs.
dude, that's awesome.
I
Yeah.
think Judge is close. I do think it's Will Smith. He's got a 900 OPS.
Yeah, it's Will Smith. I'm trying to look at other.
Carson Kelly's
factors,
having a
though.
very good year.
So Kelly was the name I was thinking of, but I'm looking at his numbers now. His RBIs, he's got more home runs, but he's only batting
He
240.
hit like 3 home runs in a game.
Will is like 317. Yeah, it's Will.
It's Will Smith.
It's Will Smith.
All right, outfield. We get to pick 3, so this one's going to be tricky for us.
Okay,
You
So-
get 3 total.
All right, so we're gonna go Judge. Obviously, he's gonna take one. So I'm gonna make a case for Riley Green. I think he is the cornerstone to
Where
that
the hell
baseball
is he?
team. He is top 3 in home runs. He is top 5, 6 in average, top 2 in RBIs, and top 5 in OPS.
Okay.
So I would say Riley Green as one of my 2. Do you disagree that he should be a part of this conversation?
No, he should be there.
Okay, so who's 3 then? 3 is so like I feel like 1, 2 is pretty obvious. I don't know
That is who's 1 and 2 in the voting currently. By the way, Julio.
Julio.
Mhm.
Where's Julio at?
He's R.
Well, I'm looking at like he's not a 260 average, 10 home runs.
He's got 3.2 WAR.
Lawrence Butler's numbers are just as good, if not the same.
Yeah, but he plays in a minor league stadium.
Kerry Carpenter's
He's got
numbers.
1.5 WAR. Get him out of here. Get
Kerry
He doesn't
Carpenter's
bat
is
against
just as
lefties.
good.
Get him out of here. He's got 0.8 WAR. Get him out of here. Keep going.
Okay. Hold on. Keep looking.
Not
George
Wyatt
Springer.
Langford. No, I won't even look that up.
Look
I'm
it
not-
up.
Nope, I refuse.
His numbers are just look,
No, they're not.
You're being a homer right now.
They're not good.
Byron Buxton.
0.5 WAR. Byron Buxton was hurt for a month.
Okay,
like he
but he
always
still
is.
has better OPS.
He's got
more
2.1.
Okay, there we are.
Yeah, who's got 3.2? I'm going straight. My only argument is WAR because his numbers aren't as good as I want them to be.
I think that's a tough one, man. There's so many other. I
just debunked every single person you named.
You didn't debunk. You said a WAR number, but they were better in everything else other than WAR. Fine. All right. You know what? Julio. Fine.
right.
I don't agree
Nationally,
with this.
I don't think that we can put Acuna in just due to timing.
We can't because of timing, but man,
He's going to be your all-star, though.
His OPS right now is 1.179.
He's first, so this is a homer bet, but PCA is the guy.
Yeah, I'm going to say so. All right. So sorry. I do think PCA is the guy. I think that he has had a fantastic year. I think other people that need to be a part of the conversation. I think James Wood is that guy. He has 900 OPS, 50 RBIs.
Don't look
home
much
runs.
further. Kyle Tucker. And James Wood. I'm good with James Wood.
James Wood. Okay, so you're good with James Wood. So
And I said don't look further. Kyle Tucker is close to 900. I think he's having a better season than Soto. He's doing better than Tatis. Now I'm just scrolling just to make sure. I am looking at OPS. Like Jackson Merrill's having a nice year. Like
Merrill's been on and off being hurt though.
correct. O'Neal Cruz is having a good year. He should be there all. Well,
Nope.
He
That's
won't
gonna
be-
that's
yeah,
gonna
I
be
was-
Skeens. Austin
Jackson Trio, good year, but
Austin Hayes is having a decent year.
Corbin Carroll. Like Carroll's the only other one that you
Carroll's
could do.
a decent-
He's got 897, 20 home runs, 44 RBIs.
His batting averages were. What's the OPS on that? I think Carroll or Black.
Yeah,
Tucker.
it might be Corbin Carroll. 2.9 for Tucker. It's gonna be close. 2.5 for Corbin Carroll.
Oh, what about Andy Pages? He's having a really good season for the Dodgers.
I don't think so. Like I don't think he 800. He's fine. I mean, it is a good year. 13 homers, 46 RBIs. He doesn't do as much as the other stuff. It's either Kyle Tucker or Corbin Carroll for me, and I don't think we're wrong either way.
All right, we already put a Cubs, so let's go with Corbin then.
All right. Corbin Carroll. And then we get DH.
Well, I mean, I was gonna.
Well, it's Shohei.
Well, there was supposed to be Devers, but Devers is no longer in the. Man, Devers is getting hosed here because it's going to be Shohei,
And honestly,
and it was going to be. He was the no-brainer for the American League.
Ooh. No, he's getting no love. Now, I do admit Ryan O'Hearn's having a great season. Brent Rooker is getting no love. None.
41 RBIs, 15 home runs.
I think O'Hearn needs to get the vote though,
Why?
because he's hitting 310.
Yeah,
Got 10 home runs, 893 OPS.
I think Rooker or O'Hearn are both very good choices.
That's what I'm saying. And I think I want O'Hearn. I took O'Hearn.
O'Hearn it is.
All right. So to run it through, American League. Aranda, Glaber, Torres, Jose Ramirez, Jacob Wilson, Riley Green, Aaron Judge, Julio, Cal Raleigh, Ryan O'Hearn.
Okay. National League, Pete Alonso, Kettle Marte, Manny Machado, Eli De Cruz, Will Smith, PCA, James Wood, Corbin Carroll, Shohei Ohtani. The National League is going to run a freight train through the American League right now.
Why didn't we get to pick pitchers?
Because we don't. Pitchers are picked by the managers.
That's some bullshit.
But yeah, again, based on this, the American League is not very good in comparison.
Yeah, guy for guy.
Yeah.
The National League dominates.
Yeah, National League looks. You guys have 2 Tigers and 2 Mariners in your starting lineup, which is that's funny.
I mean, that's our lineup. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
in
know.
our lineup.
I have doubts
fair,
for
that's
Julio.
fair. But I think I think National League looks to be in a good position. But you know what? We won't know till the game's played, and this is just our choice. So, excuse me. If you agree with us, let us know. Like, subscribe, talk shit, however you want to on all our socials. Check us out on Instagram, X, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcast. Please tell people about us. Let us know. Let them know. If you think we're talented, if you think we suck, all of it is good information. So until then, welcome back, Chris. It's been a fun time.
We done did it.
My name is Andrew.
Now I'm Chris.
And this is the Coach's Sons Podcast.